So let me walk you through it. Okay, I'm gonna do the PirateSoftware thing. Bring up MS Paint. Yeah, we're gonna call sketching out your ideas the PirateSoftware thing, but it is effective. Maybe diversify the peepos we have. What are we upgrading? Oh, I'll show you. Okay, I have this whole TTS system here, and I'm actually gonna just bring in the peepos. So let me get this set up with the sound sources. Spotify. Okay, now you can hear that, and then let's get the TTS up. This is the one part that's kind of a pain, is the TTS is...
Hello from web.
Whoop, did that work?
Hello from web.
Perfect, perfect, okay. And then let me get... Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you can talk through this peepo right now. All your chat messages will
hello from web.
Yeah, all these chat messages will flow through the peepo.
Undefined. 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 Undefined.
Okay.
It's a little
so I'm
strange
gonna try to
hearing a
share
lady
my
S
screen
voice
with
in
you,
GL.
and hopefully this works.
Commander, where are my nuggies? Why did you disown us?
I didn't.
Random picking. A bababababab. Shindiggin dig digs. Sticking out your guyet for Narizla.
Okay.
Yom yom nuggos. I need my babby voice back. So many sources, holy crap.
Yeah, I live in an insane
hole.
asylum. Okay, so here's the situation. Actually, let me open this up. I need this to configure everything. Okay, I'm gonna disable you talking. Okay, so this is the TTS frog, and I actually have 3 different frogs that it assigns the TTS to each frog differently, but it consistently assigns you to the same frog. So depending on your user ID, you're either frog 1, frog 2, or frog 3. But we're gonna just mess with frog 1 today. So this is my code to handle all of that. How do I explain this? There's 2 major things going on here, okay? So let me walk you through it. Okay, I'm gonna do the PirateSoftware thing. Bring up MS Paint. Yeah, we're gonna call sketching out your ideas the PirateSoftware thing, but it is effective. Okay, so okay, this is how it works. So as a okay, here we go. As a chatter, I can't do the can I do the trapdoor? Is it gonna? I feel like it's gonna break. Okay, it should have sound now. Ow. Okay, I enabled some other redeems too if you wanna. Ow, mess with that. Okay, so this is how it works. This is a chatter right here. This is a chatter right here. And they chat, right? And so what it does, ow, is it says, okay, what is this chatter's... Oh my god, I can't write, I can't. What is this chatter's user ID? And depending on your user ID, it assigns you to one of 3 peepos. Okay, so I'm gonna draw them like frogs. These are terrible frogs. Okay. And once it assigns the peepo, they will do the TTS based on the message, right? But here's the crazy part. Okay, here's the part that's actually kind of drives me insane. Before the TTS message plays, I need to animate the peepos, right? Ow. And the way the peepos are animated is they listen to like an audio, like the audio, the TTS audio, right? And if the TTS audio goes over a certain threshold, then they animate, right? So it's like, okay, if you are saying a word, we're gonna animate you. The problem with OBS right now is that if I didn't do anything, all of them would talk at once, right? Like all 3 peepos would talk at once. So how do I fix that? I add extra logic to say, okay, let's say we are peepo number 3. If peepo number 3 is talking, switch out the assets for peepo number 2 and peepo number 1, so it looks like they're not animating. They actually are animating, but the animation assets are invisible, and there's just a static asset underneath. And so basically it's switching through like these different animations constantly, which makes it a little complicated, but actually when we switch out the peepos, it will be out. It will be pretty easy to to swap in the assets. Okay, so let me do that here. I'm gonna go to, actually I'm gonna hide my screen because I don't want to show you my file explorer. Oh yeah. Just in case something sussy happens. Okay, great. Oh, okay, that looks great. That looks great. What is the trapdoor doing? It's making me fall through the trapdoor. Okay, okay, so this peepo is now upgraded, and now I need to change the static asset, which is just them looking for. What do I use to detect the DTS levels for swapping images? Here, I can show you my screen again. So I have a TTS audio source that's completely independent of all my audio sources. For the longest time, I just had to make it detect based on like, I had it all in one audio source, so the TTS would be merging with the music and everything else in the game audio. So I had to level it so everything would be always lower than the TTS and then have it detect that. But then I found a way to split all my audio sources, which makes my life so much easier in some ways. But the hard thing is I actually have to reset all the audio sources like every time I start stream, which is annoying. But it's way better for the TTS work. Okay, so now let me show you this over here. Simply put, this just handles triggering the TTS. Okay, like it just says you get a message, assign the peepo based on the message. Here I do a hack where it's like all going through one peepo, but and then play the TTS message. But then I have another basically button here or a module here that says, okay, if peepo 1 is talking, like hide all the animations for the other peepos. This is all this is just to do that. It's basically saying hide the animation for all the other peepos. For frog number 1. And frog number 2, it's the same thing, and frog number 3, it's the same thing. So what this says here is, okay, if peepo number 1 is talking, make him talk with this voice, and I have a fuck ton of voices I have access to here. Make him talk through this voice, but then trigger this button, which will hide the animation states of all the other peepos, and then it just does that over and over again. The last thing that I've added that has actually improved the peepo TTS system a ton, which drove me insane, is this counter system. So long story short, the way that this counter system works is it says queue up to some arbitrary number of messages that can be played in one time. So in this case, I set it to 3. So what it says is like, take the first 3 chat messages that you see into the system, and until all 3 of those are finished reading, do not accept new chat messages. And that has been really helpful as more people have been watching the stream, because it gets fucked. Like, it gets really backed up if we have to read every single message. So I wouldn't say it smartly skips everything, but it is biased towards more recent messages than anything else. Yeah, so it's meant to be like, the trade-off is it's not going to read every message, but it should read the more recent messages. Okay, so let's turn people back on. How this looks. Speak!
No.
Oh!
Dinstalk. Beep. So many sources, holy crap.
Yeah, I live in an
Shindiggy diggy
insane
hole.
asylum.